Good evening, Internet. I am Major Plothole, and this is Airship Dragoon, the fifth and final game in our turn-based game Extravaganza. It is created by Yorkshire Rifles, and it's a turn-based game set in a fictional land of steampunkiness, as you can see with the metallic blimp that has smoke and is probably a fire hazard. But obviously this is before the time that safety requirements would have taken that thing right out of the sky. Also, don't get used to this. This is the only set of boobs you'll see throughout the entire game. And yeah, so let's go ahead and start a campaign. There's two types of campaigns. I'll show you again. There's the Pangean campaign, which is, I like, the main campaign, and then the Citadel campaign, which is against Pirates campaign. This one's actually pretty nice. I tinkered around with it earlier today. It seems pretty cool. It's kind of more of a challenge thing, and this is kind of more of a stereotypical campaign, where you're one country against a bunch of other countries. You're trying to spread out as best you can. So it's ancient supercontinent of unspoiled riches. It was previously lost in the mist of time. But thanks to the age of science, and that lady, she didn't just blind us with her boobs. She blinded us with science. And the near magical properties of coal and magnets, mankind has opened an interdimensional gateway to this bountiful land. So the world's most powerful regimes have rushed forth to conquer and harvest the new world. I actually rather like the Zulus and the Chinese. The People's Collective. It'd be really interesting to know the history of this, but there's no real background on this at all. So basically, it's, who cares? It's a race to claim the vast mineral riches and purge all the other looting factions from the land, whilst watching out for rebellious natives and the ever-present threat of the dastardly pirates of Pangaea. It's like the Pirates of the Caribbean, but with less Johnny Depp. Which wouldn't be a bad thing, having Johnny Depp. But thank God there's no Keira Knightley or Orlando Bloom and Onion. Because those two is what killed that franchise. Moving right along. So we're gonna pick the U.S. Republic. You can see the different uniform types here, but because we're just doing a quick playthrough, we're gonna do the U.S. Republic because America. And then so here's the thing: achievements are only available at difficulty medium or high. You don't unlock achievements for easy mode. You get 5,000 initial funding, infinite resources, exploited resources never decrease, opponents have decreased veterans in tactical battles, low agriculture doesn't affect morale, okay. Just a bunch of different stuff. This game does go pretty in depth, and you gotta remember that through all its misgivings and stuff like that, it's literally Yorkshire Rifles is one guy. It's one dude making this game. You gotta tip your hat off to him because he's doing a pretty bang-up job of it. Maybe we'll just go medium anyways. So pirates, in this one, basically, they hold all the cities, alright, for easy. And the difference here is in the mountains and city territories. So if you want to collect those, which it'll be abundantly clear what that's like. Oh, there she is again. She blinded us with boobies. I am once again joined by my ever-present friend and co-anchor, Root Beer Schnapps. Oh, that's smooth. Okay. Alright, so the WASD keys is what moves there's no actually moving the camera. Alright, so to explain this wiggly screen. Alright, so this is Pangea. All of that's Pangea. This is the water, obviously. And then this is all Pangea. And this is all we've explored or can see so far. There are three different types of, and I'm gonna have a bitch of a time with this word, dirigible, floating airship. Okay, so there's three types. This is the heavy. They start you off with the heavy, and which is no, I guess it's different. Oh, I guess it's different depending on who you start with, because the nations, I've never played the Americas, so alright, so the Americas don't start off with they start off with a frigate and not the big class. Oh, that's gonna suck. The big class can go 2 moves, but it can hold 15 troops maximum. And then obviously, you know, all these other things. So first things first, we're not going to attack anybody. We don't want to attack people because this is what happens. We go, okay, so we got our dirigible set, alright. Now we're going to explore. Now see how I hit here, and all these territories, because they're unoccupied, they suddenly become mine. That's what we want to do with our first moves. We want to take more territory before we hand over our stuff. Okay, so I'm actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loop around here, collect as much territory as I can, loop back around this way, and then I'm gonna start. So I'm gonna basically cut a swath of land over here, and then I will root out the terrorists and or pirates rather, pirate terrorists. That would be scary, you know. So I just thought of something terrible. Allah Akbar! No? No? Alright, so here we go. We ran out of turns, so we're gonna end turn here. Now they get a turn and they get a turn. Now everyone else starts in their same corner. Or different corners, not same corner. I think they each start in the corner of the hex. So they'll all work on their ways. Probably they come over and beat me up. So this is a pretty slow-paced game. Now you notice, I think these are our finances here. Okay. So these are our current finances. We have 1 garrison. There's 3 types of dirigibles, light, medium, and heavy. And they basically go up by 5 troops for each one. Lights can move really quick, but can only carry 5 dudes. And mediums, 1 dude. Heavies or mediums can carry 10 dudes, and heavies can carry 15. I got confused because that one over there. Class progression, this details how many people you have. Or no, this details how many techs you have in each one. There's 4 techs per. So equipment info. These are the things that we can find. And I believe, nope, I have to get 1,000 to do it, so not going to be able to do it that round. I'm going to select my dirigible. So basically I need bigger resources and stuff like that, and I'm going to make my way back here. I'm going to hit this. No, I'll head back up that way next time. I know. I'm playing a freaking strategy game, and I'm not even in the combat yet, but you can jump directly into the combat. I just don't see the point. I want to try and get as much territory as I possibly can, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Do a little recon here. We'll see. Clicking on the terrain button allows me to click the terrain and tell what territory it has. If it's something that I haven't been around yet, because if I landed in this territory, I could tell what this territory has in its agriculture, population, resources, and garrisoned people, if it's garrisoned or not. Now, what a garrison is, this is a garrison. Okay. Now, this is not garrisoned. None of the pirate stuff on this campaign are garrisoned. On the other campaign, they will be. And it's you versus just pirates, and there's no other nation involved. This has no resources because it's a city center, but it has a population. It has 7 people. That means there will be 7 defenders if I choose to attack it. His agriculture is piss poor as well. Now, because we're on medium, we actually gotta balance our agriculture and population. We need, so these light green tiles here, the temperate zones, we need a lot of those in order to, I think these also, no, those don't have agriculture. They have kind of a mix. They're kind of low on everything, really. And then mountain areas, it looks like this one has some agriculture, but really what they're good for is resources. And this is actually the biggest populated one of the biggest populated ones. Normally they don't have a lot of people. You'll see them with like 5 or 6 guys maybe. It flicks around, yeah, see here, 4. So what we can do here in order to build up our agriculture and resources so we have more money later on, what we can do first, there's actually no reason for us to do that. We're gonna go ahead and attack this mountain area. Mountains and deserts have special thingies. We have no troops on this side. We have no existing troops, so we have to draft we have to get militia. Any guys that you rank up, you can permanently put over into your roster. And okay, so starting off, there's generics, classes, and then all. We have no equipment, no like special equipment rather, like class equipment. And besides, all these guys are conscripts, so they don't have a class, so they can only get these crappy weapons. And there's 2 type of game modes. I have selected Streamlined. Streamlined, what that does is, normally under the normal mode, I guess, or hardcore mode, I'm not sure what it's called. I believe it's hardcore, actually. Under hardcore, you actually have to manage your bullets as well. And so, and your encumbrance for each person is under here. Average encumbrance per soldier is this way. So, anyways, I have it streamlined, so I don't have to, they have infinite ammo, they just have to reload their weapons. And so a nice button here is basically everyone of the same class shares this loadout. It equips to all unequipped troops of the same class. And then deployment, it's mountainous. We're going to clear the area of enemy. Its weather is down to 100 meters. That's fine by us, because our range of operations is only, I believe this weapon is only 150 meters range, so this is well within the range of our weapon. Clear is 300 meters. Cloudy is 200 meters. Stormy is 100 meters. And then there's night, and that's 50 meters. And that can actually get really, really gross really, really fast. So cold, if you don't have armor, which none of us do, we minus 10 action points so per turn. So that's kinda gay, but you know, whatevs. Hey internet, it's Major Plothole again. Just a reminder, it's your last chance to write a comment with the name you would like to be put down for the upcoming XCOM 2 series that I'm going to be having. Any name that you send up will become a trooper in my fight against the alien overlords. So, you know, write down someone you want to see die, because that will probably be what happens to them. Thank you, and stay classy, internet.